This episode of Weekly Weird News is sponsored by Upstart and by Fields.
In March 2020, COVID-19 became a global pandemic, and not only was it a scary situation, but there was also the uncertainty of when, if ever, the pandemic would end. And the general sense was that we'd all just have to hunker down and mask up and do our part until there were vaccines available so that everyone could go and get inoculated, thus creating herd immunity, thus ending the spread of the virus. It was going to take a little while. We weren't sure when it was going to happen, but surely after a year or so of this virus killing hundreds of thousands of people.
Millions across the world.
Yeah, everyone, after all that, they would surely jump at the chance to put COVID-19 in the rearview mirror. Put it in the same category of diseases like measles, mumps, rubella, polio, smallpox. Get it out of here.
Only Jenny McCarthy, the last holdout, would be the one that wouldn't get the vaccine because she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but it would just be her and maybe, I don't know,
a couple
other ding-dongs. It's not going to be a real problem.
And like, it's so scary thinking back at that time because you're at the beginning of it, it was like, we have to wait till vaccines.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
That could be 5 years.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We lucked out because
miraculously
they were able to piggyback off
research
a lot of
that had already been
existing
done.
research, because otherwise it would have taken a lot longer.
But everyone getting the vaccine, wouldn't that be great? Everyone, you see it pop up and you're like, great, this is over with. But that's not what happened. Now, to be clear, most people did get vaccinated as soon as they could, but it wasn't enough to create herd immunity. So governments and businesses decided that, hey, maybe these vaccine holdouts just need a little bit of incentive. So there were lotteries for large cash prizes, gift cards, discounts, free rides, free donuts, free beer, even free joints. Heck, I went to a Dodgers game and they were like, if you get vaxxed here, we'll give you free tickets to another one.
Yeah, a lot of sports teams did that.
Yeah. And look, this worked a bit, but it still wasn't enough. Only 59% of people in the U.S. are fully vaccinated, and we're far from the only country dealing with this problem despite having enough vaccine doses for everyone.
Yeah. Meanwhile, countries that don't have access are like,
hey, please?
Hey, so you're not going to use that?
There's people over there that don't want it?
I mean, we'd love to take those off your hands if you're not going to use them. But right now over in Austria, where 64% of the population is fully vaccinated, they are experiencing a surge in COVID hospitalizations, which has prompted the Austrian government to impose a new lockdown targeted specifically at the unvaccinated.
Cool.
So you don't want to be in lockdown? Well, then just get the fucking vaccine. But, just like in our country, there's still plenty of holdouts. But maybe they just need a little bit of incentive. And they might not have Krispy Kreme donuts over in Austria, but something they do have is legalized prostitution. And a brothel in Vienna is now offering some very specific perks for those who come there to get the jab. Here's the Daily Beast.
In an effort to pump up business once Austria introduces a mandatory COVID-19 vaccine pass in the coming weeks, one enterprising palace of pleasure is putting its money where, well, it will surely pay off. The Fun Palast Sex Star Sauna Club, it's offering a 30-minute voucher with the lady of your choice with every vaccine administered on site, which the club is offering every Monday from 4 to 10 p.m. until the end of November, when the vaccine rules take effect. Club director Christoph Leilacher told Reuters TV, it's actually such a great action to make such a statement, especially in our industry. And now we have a great vaccination site, and we are very popular. The innovative take on getting a jab comes as COVID-19 cases spike in Austria, where just 64% of the population is fully vaccinated. In 4 weeks, a double vaccination will be required to enter restaurants, theaters, hair salons, and brothels. The Fun Palast said it saw a 50% decrease in clientele since the pandemic started, and is now hoping the new initiative will keep things up and running.
Yeah, I mean, the pandemic, it's hurt businesses.
Even the world's oldest business.
Even the world's oldest business. Prostitution. They're struggling to get those dicks sucked. And listen, this benefits everyone.
Look, I was completely happy to get it as soon as humanly possible because I had things to do. I had family that I hadn't seen in a long time. But I did, it did kind of like,
maybe I should hold out
maybe I should have waited to get those Dodger tickets.
Yeah.
And now it's like, if I'm in Austria, it's like, no, damn it. If I was less of a person who was concerned with the health and well-being of myself and those around me, I could have got a blowjob.
Yeah. Although they're not specific about it. I think what you get with the vaccine is just access to the Lola, please. Sorry, I brought my dog, guys. Lola,
show the dog. Let me see the dog.
Show dog. Yeah,
So if you hear any whimpering,
She just got vaccinated for dog flu. She's doing her part.
If you hear any whimpering, it's the dog.
Yeah.
It's a bonus feature.
Bonus dog. But,
so you just get access to the, let me hold the dog.
Oh my God.
Let me hold the dog. Okay.
But I think you get club access, which you go and you get access to the lounge, and I think you get to spend time with a lady, but you do have to pay for more than that, I think.
Okay, well, still, get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Get your dick in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, holding out ended up being, maybe beneficial. But like I said, I would have rather done what I did, which is get it early and been able to, do some shit before our summer came around and kind of ruined that. But it was a good, 6 weeks.
Yeah. I just got the booster shot, and it was a bit rough for me. I do think it's hilarious thinking of someone getting the shot and then coming back to the brothel 24 hours later while they're feeling death.
I feel like shit.
I'm here to fuck a prostitute. Ugh, yeah. My bones hurt.
I'm triple vaxxed now because I have to go to Florida for Christmas. So, and again, it's in 3 months, you're going to be like, hey, by the way, NBA postseason's coming up. Get some free tickets if you want to get your booster. And it's like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who knows? But anyways.
Never give the government something for free that you can.
Technically, they did enter everyone into those lotteries, which I thought was nice. Even if you got it, previously. You're still in the lottery for getting the big prize.
Yeah.
But it also turned it into a negative for anti-vaxxers.
If they have to pay people and if they have to provide all these incentives, doesn't that tell you something?
That's exactly
yes, it tells you that idiots like you aren't getting the vaccine, but they think it means that
it's obviously not good enough, so they have to pay people to take it.
Yeah, you're getting tricked.
Yeah. So it definitely works against it in that respect.
I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, as seen in the videos of the Fun Palace vaccine recipients, they're even accompanied the whole time by a very scantily clad nurse. So,
hello, nurse.
Already a more entertaining experience than your typical vaccine clinic.
Yeah.
And look, say what you will about prostitution.
It should be legalized.
It's a great incentive for horny people who've been sexually repressed throughout this nearly 2-year pandemic. Though it is still pretty depressing that it has reached the point where people have to be bribed with sex to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Will it be enough? Based on everything else we've seen during this pandemic, almost certainly not. But it's still nice that they're at least trying, and it's nice seeing a bunch of horny old men being like, all right, fine, I'll get the vaccine.
Yeah.
You're speaking my language now.
Exactly. But speaking of sexual kinks, this next story is a real doozy. And we should probably start with some tweets posted by the band Brass Against to get things going. They're a band with a large brass section who mostly cover hard rock hits. And last week, they performed at the Welcome to Rockville Festival in Daytona Beach, Florida. These tweets are from the following day, so just prepare yourself. We're still processing. This was profoundly unexpected. We are truly sorry. Not who we are as a band. It's just not what we do. Still processing. We had a great time last night at Welcome to Rockville. Sophia got carried away. That's not something the rest of us expected. And it's not something you'll see again at our shows. Thanks for bringing it last night, Daytona.
So it sounds
like a great show.
Yeah, something went down during Brass Against set that even its own members seem to be struggling with here.
Was this real life or some kind of weird fever dream?
Yeah. So and it sounds like it was something involving their singer, Sophia Aristra, who is she looks great. But but what was it? What happened? Well, we would love to show you. It would get the point across very easily.
Yes.
But doing so would probably get us a community guideline strike here on YouTube, on top of the demonetization that this video probably already has.
We would get nuked off the platform entirely.
Yeah, we would get put on a list.
This is this content can only live on terrible websites like twitter.com and like eFucked.
Yeah, but yeah, we can't show it. It is wild though. Anyway, just so you know what we're talking about, here's Spin.
Yeah.
The members of Brass Against were just as shocked as festival goers when singer Sophia Arista peed on the face of a fan during their set at Welcome to Rockville. The band issued an apology on Twitter following the incident. Brass Against is a covers band known for performing brass renditions of rock songs, and Arista's antics took place during a cover of Rage Against the Machine's Wake Up. After reportedly making several comments about how much she had to pee, the vocalist invited a volunteer on stage to be her human toilet. Quote, "Get my man with the can on his head ready, cause we're going to bring him on stage and I'ma piss in this motherfucker's mouth," she declared. I gotta pee, she continued, and I can't make it to the bathroom, so we might as well make a show out of it. The willing participant made his way on stage, and as promised, Arisa dropped her pants and pissed all over his face without pausing the song. And it was a
lot.
I've never seen someone piss that much piss.
She was really making it rain.
It was like
a torrential downpour of rain.
At least a liter.
It was
maybe
a lot.
1.5, 2 liters.
I've had some long pees in my day. But it's like you took all of like a long 2-minute pee and just did it in 30 seconds or 20 seconds.
Yeah, like she bends over, nothing's happening. People are like, what's she doing? And then it's just like torrential.
Yeah.
So.
It almost seems like a gag.
Yeah.
Seems
like something you'd see at a donkey show in Mexico.
Maybe.
That's not piss, that's beer.
Mm-hmm. But it was piss.
No, it was definitely piss, yeah.
And here's Loudwire with some more description of what happened. Anyway, a fan in attendance got golden showered for reasons that remain unclear. He appeared to have a GoPro on his head at first, but it fell off as he began to lay on the ground. The dude seemed to enjoy himself, though, with the crowd going absolutely nuts as Eurista let loose on the guy. The band continued playing throughout the bridge of Wake Up like everything was normal, while Eurista repeated Zach De La Rocha's haunting I Think I Heard a Shot lyric. Once the stream ceased, the pee-drinking gentleman celebrated like his first child had just been born. He rattled off some Tiger Woods arm pumps and followed it up by spraying pee from his mouth like Triple H entering the ring at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he had a mouthful of it. He sprayed it on the crowd. So everyone got a little bit.
Dinner and a show.
People got a secondary golden shower from this guy's mouth.
Yeah. Now they have to dress up like they're going to see Gallagher.
Yeah. And this is a brass band, by the way. This is a bunch of high school band nerds.
This isn't G.G. Allen.
Yeah, this is, they play hard rock music, and they're actually pretty good. I checked them out.
Yeah.
Like, my God, no, this would be an entertaining show. Piss or no piss.
Uh-huh. It's like when, it's like the early 2010s or so, maybe earlier than that, where like string quartet covers of hard rock music where it was really big for a while.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like that. You're seeing like a more classical way to see these hard rock music.
Yeah. So, I love brass.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good like brass-based bands in like dance music.
Then you have Richard Cheese who does the lounge version of these songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy a little bit of Richard Cheese.
Yeah, I do too.
Come on, you fucker, get down with the sickness.
You thank Zack Snyder for the popularity of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we've already seen from those tweets from the band, this clearly was not something that the rest of the band knew was going to happen or necessarily approved of, which had to be extra awkward since this happened in the middle of their set and in the middle of a song that they were all performing.
They didn't seem to react all that much either, too. They were just like,
what can you do?
I mean, what are you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, they had to just keep playing while processing the fact that their lead singer, just feet away from them, just took a huge piss all over a fan's face. And
she clearly had to go, though.
Like, based on the amount of piss that came out, I was like, yeah, she probably, better for her to seize control of the situation than peeing her pants and having everyone be like, hey, look, she peed her pants.
Doing a little Fergie. But that's the thing is, in my mind, look, I don't care either way. This was easily the most punk rock thing that's happened in years. But what I'm wondering is, it's like, look, it's a brass band. They can do a musical interlude for a minute while you go use a porta potty backstage.
Yeah.
In a worst case scenario, it's not like she was being forced up there against her own will.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, things happen. She might have been trying to get to a toilet before her set and just it didn't work out.
Just get up there and do a long intro.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think this is awesome and funny.
Yeah, the guy seemed to like it.
He seemed to love it. He didn't seem to just like it. He seemed to love it.
This was his ultimate fantasy come true.
Yeah, exactly.
What if he's unvaccinated? They should be like, she'll piss
he's vaccinated now. So he got the antibodies.
But if he's not, then it'd be like, whoever likes getting their face pissed on, if you come and get the vaccine.
Yeah,
this lady will piss on your face.
Yeah.
All right, well.
There was that band, I can't remember the name of it, but there was a band where they would throw out like condoms, and if you got the golden condom, you could have sex with one of the band members backstage. It's like all female band.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Okay, I believe they were European.
Yeah, it sounds like a very European thing. The women,
the
women are a little
European
different.
on my face, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah. It seems that Brass Against members, despite any initial issues they might have had with this, it seems like they have processed what happened and have accepted it, and probably see it as a good thing now because it's brought a huge amount of attention to the band and their music. They've picked up a lot of new fans out of this.
Well, I definitely never heard of them before this.
Yeah, and like I said, their music is pretty great if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
although, yeah, it's like the funny, like you see the tweet replies where it's like, and this will never happen again. It's like, oh, well, I'll cancel my tickets now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I signed up when I saw the piss. Now you're saying no piss?
We don't want to be known for this. It's like, well, sorry. This is literally what you're going to be known for going forward.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of gross, and we can't show it.
No.
It's inappropriate,
this is legitimately tame compared to the 80s
Gigi
punk rock
Allen.
scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even among harder bands, you just don't see this kind of old school rock and roll behavior on stage much anymore. And with so many people online telling Brass Against that what they did was actually metal or punk as fuck, it's great publicity for them. And in case you're wondering, the band has made it clear to those concerned about the whole thing that Sophia herself made sure to clean up her piss puddle after the set. So they wasn't the stage managers having to deal with that.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she cleaned it up herself. Uh-huh. She took responsibility for her little mess.
Yeah.
And, although who knows how much of it was left after that guy on stage hoovered it all up.
Yeah, exactly.
Zamboni. Ugh. Yeah. All right, I've got the dog now. And anyway, a guy getting his face pissed on stage at a music festival isn't even the most disgusting story involving bodily fluids that we have for you in this episode, because here's some news about two MAGA world characters that we've covered a lot on this show in the past. Roger Stone announced that he is freezing some of his sperm so that Laura Loomer can impregnate herself with it. Here's Newsweek.
Okay, Roger Stone has shared a bizarre social media post offering to freeze his sperm for far-right activist Laura Loomer if she wants to bear his child. Stone, a prominent ally of former President Donald Trump, wrote on social media platform Gab that the freedom movement needs warriors. Stone, who is 69, posted, "Since I don't have a biological heir and because the freedom movement needs future warriors, I am going to freeze some of my sperm in case Laura Loomer decides to bear my child sometime in the future." The post included a photo of the pair at a pro-Trump event with the 28-year-old activist's arms wrapped around Stone. Loomer, who is also known for spreading anti-Muslim conspiracy theories, replied, "What are we going to name the warrior baby at Roger J. Stone Jr.?" Stone later posted another message reading, "Here is a headline you will never see. Laura Loomer announces her intention to carry Roger Stone's baby in vitro and convert to be a Methodist." All three posts were on Gab, which describes itself as a free speech network and has become popular with conservatives blocked from mainstream social media platforms.
So that's horrifying. The two worst people you know are having a baby together. Or maybe not. I don't know. It sounds like this could just be a little bit of trolling, but...
Or maybe she'll fuck him.
Yeah, it's like, no need for a turkey baster. I'm just that freaky, and I know you are, Roger, because he is.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be really into getting cucked.
Yeah. Well, now it's time to turn the tides with his wife.
Yeah.
Will you wear the top hat and those circular dark glasses, Roger?
Uh-huh.
I need you to look like some kind of weird carnival barker.
Dress up like a Batman villain.
Yeah.
Before we impregnate Laura Loomer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, real or not, they have now forced us all to imagine it as if it were real.
I mean, she looks like she's in her 70s.
Yeah, she's busted. I mean, not to be mean, but Laura Loomer and Roger Stone, they both have, let's say, very distinct faces. So
I'll say it again, that like the evil is what ages you so rapidly, because we said the same thing about what's his name, the guy that worked in the Trump administration,
Stephen Miller.
Yeah, Stephen Miller.
Yeah,
whose own family is like, this guy sucks.
Yeah, Stephen Miller's like same age as us, and
he's younger than us, I believe.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, Laura Loomer, she's still in her 20s, which is shocking. I'm sorry. Like, there's just no way around it. She looks like she's older than that by a lot. But, I mean, what would a Stone Loomer hybrid even look like? Well, after searching, Googling face morph websites, here's a shitty attempt at finding out using the website Morph Thing. And I mean, it does give what seems like a decent answer to the question, and the answer is nightmare fuel. The child will be the MAGA world's very own Damien, and will unleash evil upon this world, the likes of which has never been seen before.
And that's what they want.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And hopefully this doesn't catch on, because then you're going to start seeing these people doing hybrids like Ann Coulter. She doesn't have an heir. She's going to start freezing her eggs and giving it to other conservatives.
As we all know, Allegedly, the only thing Ann Coulter likes is getting fucked in the ass hard after a day at the Grove with liberals surrounding her.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
I don't know, but it's still one of the greatest pieces of fan fiction that has ever graced the internet. Google Ann Coulter fucked in the ass hard.
Old school internet.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of MAGA people, over the last couple of months, we've seen lots of January 6th Capitol rioters get sentenced to prison for their crimes, or in some cases not to prison.
Nah, you can go home.
And for the most part, they're getting off pretty easy.
Yeah.
The courts are not really treating these people like treasonous insurrectionists, but rather just as morons who did some very dumb, illegal things. And the sentences have been relatively short.
And realistically, look,
I don't have that much of a problem with
the entire justice system is, typically an overreach with sentences and stuff like that. It's just, it would be nice if it was equal across the board with crimes like this, where it's like, you have people going away for pot for fucking 10 years and shit. It's like, it's just not fair. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yes.
So, this Capitol rioter here, Evan Newman, might feel a little bit dumb for choosing to flee the United States as a fugitive and seek political asylum in Belarus instead of just sitting in jail for a few months.
Yeah.
Here's Vice telling Mr. Newman's harrowing tale.
An American who's accused of punching a police officer during the Capitol riots is now seeking political asylum in the Eastern European country of Belarus. Evan Newman, a 48-year-old from California, appeared on Belarusian state TV on Sunday in a segment entitled Goodbye, America, in which he blamed Black Lives Matter for ruining the country and denied any wrongdoing in his actions on January 6th, calling the charges against him unfounded. Newman told Belarus One TV that he fled the U.S. on advice from a lawyer. He initially flew to Italy in March before getting a train to Switzerland and then driving to Ukraine via Germany and Poland. Newman rented an apartment in the Ukrainian city of Zhytomyr for 4 months, but he claimed in the interview that he was being followed by the Ukrainian Secret Service, the SBU. So he decided to cross illegally into Belarus, according to Newman's retelling. This trip involved wading through swamps, encounters with wild hogs, and avoiding snakes before he finally crossed the border into Belarus and was promptly arrested. ABC reported in April that Newman has sold his two-bedroom home in Mill Valley for $1.3 million just after the January 6 charges were filed.
These are just salty people selling their $1.3 million homes.
To be fair, he could have bought that house for like $80,000 in the 80s or 70s.
Yeah, also, it's like a two-bedroom house.
That's the thing is my friends that I knew that grew up here, their parents bought their house in like Pasadena in the 70s for like nothing, and now it's worth over $1 million.
Yeah.
So, but yes, he does have it's a nice nest egg to go on the lam with.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
Pretty sure 1.3 mil goes a long way in Belarus.
I hope he brought an AR-15 for the wild hog expedition.
Yeah, he's like, oh God.
No, I'm not in America anymore. I don't have my AR-15.
I feel naked.
Yeah.
Being stalked by 30 to 50 hogs out in this Belarus swamp.
And did I mention the snakes?
And to be clear, look, this guy was probably looking at a little more than just a few months in the clink.
Yeah.
He's facing 5 felony charges, including assaulting police, and there is body cam footage clear as day that makes it a pretty open and shut case.
Yeah.
Still, though, is it worth completely abandoning your home country forever and crossing swamps filled with snakes and boars to live the rest of your life in fucking Belarus? I mean, then again, this guy stormed the U.S. Capitol and assaulted police officers under the assumption that the 2020 election results would be thrown out and Trump would pardon everyone involved in the insurrection. So it certainly had to be a bit of a shock when none of that happened, and the FBI just started easily identifying these people using thousands of hours of footage and charging them for the crimes that they can clearly be seen committing in that footage.
Yeah.
Newman did say in that police footage, quote, "I'm willing to die, are you?" But I guess he wasn't willing to go to jail.
Give him credit, though. He did leave the country.
He did.
Yeah. If Trump doesn't win, I'm leaving this damn country.
Yeah,
and he did.
Every election, people talk about it, and no one ever does it. But this guy
didn't go to Canada, didn't go, to like Sweden or anything. Went to Belarus.
Yeah, well, it was one of the few countries that don't have an extradition treaty with the U.S.
But do they have universal health care?
I have no idea, but I'm just going to go on a limb and guess that whatever they have, it's probably better than here.
Yeah.
At least in terms of access.
Yes.
In terms of quality of care.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. But speaking of jail, let's move on to news about animal jail, aka the zoo. And we've covered several stories during the pandemic about people going to zoos and deciding to risk it all by jumping the fence to get a better look at some extremely dangerous animals. And we've also covered a story about a woman getting banned from a zoo for visiting a chimpanzee too much in what she called a love affair. Well, here's a story with a little bit of both of these things. Let's just read from NBC4 New York.
A woman was seen climbing over a barrier at the Bronx Zoo's lion exhibit, witnesses exclusively told NBC New York, as cell phone video showed her holding roses and tossing money toward the fearsome feline. The incident occurred around 4 p.m. Thursday, according to the zoo. The woman in a blonde wig, red dress, and leopard print shawl addressed the animal from about 15 feet away as if it were a long-lost friend, witnesses said. She carried flowers and threw what appeared to be cash into the air at one point. Quote, "I missed him so much," the woman is heard saying on video. The woman whose husband recorded the cell phone footage told News 4 that the apparent lion lover said, "King, I love you. I came back for you," adding that witnessing the wild stunt was definitely surreal.
That woman's name? Carol Baskin.
I missed you. No one's coming to my lion shelter during the pandemic.
As you can see in the footage, though, the woman definitely seems very happy to see that lion. She even dressed up for the occasion. And while it does look like she's easy prey for the lion, who is simply too much of a lazy lion to tear her apart, there's actually a large moat between her and that lion. So she probably wasn't in that much danger after all. And what's especially weird about this incident, though, is that this woman, who is currently wanted by police, seems to have done this before. A woman who witnesses say is the same woman who threw dollar bills at the lion last week was captured on video back in 2019, climbing into the Bronx Zoo's lion enclosure and dancing in front of an unimpressed lion. Here's NBC New York with a story from back then.
The lions may have been the ones taunted, but on Thursday, Mia Autry is the one who roared. The woman who was captured on viral video entering the lion's enclosure at the Bronx Zoo in September spoke to reporters for the first time after a court appearance for a shoplifting charge in Kearney, New Jersey. Autry's wild interaction with the media, almost as strange as her interaction with the animals at the zoo, began with her bowing to the reporters as she warmly greeted them with shalom. In an often rambling 15-minute session outside the courthouse, Autry said her reasoning for jumping into the lion's den was a lot more spiritual and that she was never afraid while she was in there. "I fear nobody, no animal, no human, no one. So no, I wasn't fearing of the lion because the lion loved me. That's why he came to me and I let the lion know. Lion, I love you," Autry said. She said she would never have been injured by the lion, who eyed her as she seemed to dance well across a moat from the ferocious feline, because she and the animal are one. "I am the lion now. Can't you tell? Have you ever heard of reincarnation? Do your history, young man," she said before complimenting the reporter's eyes and smile. "Do your history. It's called reincarnation. I am the lion now."
I am the lion.
I am the lion now.
All right, well, before we get into the headlines half of this show, it's time to tell you about this episode's sponsor, starting with Upstart. Now, if you're carrying a credit card balance month after month, it can feel like you're in a never-ending cycle of debt with no end in sight. Upstart can help you make that final payment so you can get ahead. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date.
Now, rather than looking at credit score alone, Upstart considers other factors like your income, current employment, and credit history to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can even receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/weird. That is upstart.com/weird. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Upstart.com/weird.
This episode's also sponsored by Feels. CBD, it's not about what you feel, it's about what you don't feel. Stress, anxiety, pain, sleeplessness. If you experience any of these things, Feels CBD is a safe and natural solution without any harmful side effects. Feels is just a better way to feel better.
Feels is a premium CBD that will help keep your head clear and feeling your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door. CBD naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. There's no hangover or addiction. We both use Feels to make sure we get a good night's sleep and not feel groggy in the morning.
Yeah,
muscle aches, body aches, hangovers. It does a lot of things.
Hey, just place a few drops of Feels under your tongue and you will feel the difference within minutes. Or if you need a dose of chill on the go, pop one of Feels' new CBD-infused mints for a clear-headed feeling with the bonus of having fresh breath. Now, these mints are great, and we love them. It makes it extremely easy. Now, the thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important, and everyone's dose is different. So Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience so that you find your perfect dose. The Feels customer service team is dedicated to making sure you get the best use of your CBD.
Joining the Feels monthly membership makes your self-care easy. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel at any time. Start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/weird, and you'll get 40% off your first 3 months with free shipping. That is feals.com/weird to become a member and get 40% automatically taken off your first 3 months with free shipping. Feels.com/weird. And now, time for best headlines of the week, starting with super flexible Joe Rogan says he can perform fellatio on himself.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't imagine a man of his stature would be able to do that.
He says he's extremely flexible. I mean, he's in great shape. A lot of guys.
Jamie, help me up.
A lot of guys get swole, but they don't put a lot of care into flexibility and whatnot. So it's always good to see a guy like Joe Rogan promoting the benefits of staying flexible, doing your stretches.
And the benefits of autofellatio.
Yeah. To be clear, he says he's never done it. He's just, I could if I wanted to.
And he says it's because it's flexible, not because he has a gigantic penis.
Yeah, he says he did not say anything about his dick being long.
Actually, I have a very small penis. I'm just extremely flexible.
That's what's crazy about it.
Yeah.
There's barely any dick. I'm that flexible. I have to really go out there. Really, really, really just bend. And yeah, but I've never actually done it because that would be gay, I think. I don't know. But I could if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's probably nothing, but it could be all of the drugs that he took to cure COVID that made him able to suck his own dick. Probably.
Yeah, that's ivermectin. It's it'll make you
give you horse dick.
Give you horse dick and make you super flexible.
Yeah.
So that's why Big Pharma doesn't want you to know about it. Mm-hmm. They don't want you unlocking the hidden pleasures of self-fellatio.
Yeah. The human population will drop drastically.
Yeah.
If everyone can start sucking their own dicks.
We can't have that.
Exactly. COVID-19 Delta outbreak. Man who intentionally caught virus wishes he hadn't done it. I've seen a couple of these stories over the past couple of months where it's just like...
Well, that was dumb.
Well, yeah, because people are doing it. I think we even talked about it like last year where there were, at some point, people were doing it almost like a chickenpox party.
Oh, yeah, that was like kind of early on.
Yeah. Like just get it and get it out of the way.
Yeah, that was happening on college campuses.
And sucks to be them because obviously you can catch it even after the first time.
Yeah, your inoculation from having it is not as long lasting. Yeah. But this one's funny because, there's anti-vaxxers everywhere. I think this guy was in New Zealand. Mm-hmm. And he intentionally exposed himself to the virus. And he came clean after. He was like, yeah, that was
real stupid.
That was real dumb. I should have just gotten the vaccine. Whoops. And I know I pissed off a lot of people with this whole thing, and I'd like to apologize.
Yeah.
So, good
all
for him.
It took was almost dying of a preventable disease to change this person's mind.
In hindsight, yeah, pretty bad idea. You got me.
Yeah.
And I take full responsibility.
Birth control for Colombia's hippos. Contraceptive darts.
Yeah, so this is...
hippos are dangerous.
And we talked about how they're not allowed to kill them. Mm-hmm. These are the Pablo Escobar hippos. Hippos are not native to South America. They come from Africa. And Pablo Escobar...
He shipped them in.
He shipped a couple hippos in the 80s, in the cocaine 80s. Mm-hmm. And they remain. Now they multiplied into hundreds, maybe 200 hippos. And
these are hungry hippos.
They are hungry hippos, and they're fucking everything
shitting
up
all
down
over.
there.
They're shitting all
They're
over the
literally poisoning the water supply with their big dumps. And
you can't go near them because they will fucking kill you.
They're very dangerous.
Yes.
So the solution they've come up with is they're going to have skilled marksmen shoot contraceptive darts.
Good.
Hit them with the dart, and their balls just shrink, and now they can't fuck no more.
They fall off. The balls, they fall right off.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if this works. Because
isn't there like I could be wrong, but I think there was a stat where it's like there's actually more deaths caused by hippos than lions.
Yeah, they're extremely dangerous because they're
very territorial. They are just as fast on land as in the water.
Videos of hippos chasing boats it's terrifying. Mm-hmm. They move so fast. And they can sneak up on you. Like a lot of these like riverboat tours in Africa.
Hey, you see their ears pop out of the water, and next thing
we gotta gun it.
Yeah, and they'll keep up with the boat too. It's fucking terrible.
It's fucking wild. So, yeah, but the South America, the Colombian hippos, they get to live, but
no offspring,
no more kids. It's enough.
Yeah.
No mas.
Yeah.
Rare Antarctic penguin accidentally travels 3,000 kilometers to New Zealand.
And won Bird of the Year.
Yeah. Heard you guys were having a little competition. Did I make it here on time? Oh, the bat won, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
The Bird of the Year is a bat.
Good for that bat. And now this penguin who is not from New Zealand should win next year.
Yeah. The distance from South Island, New Zealand to Antarctica is longer than the distance to Australia.
Yeah.
And the countries you picture them in your head as being close, they're not that close.
It's like the distance of going across the entirety of the United States.
It's not as big
It's
as
close.
that, but it's 3,000 kilometers. Yeah, it's a long way. So I don't know how. I didn't even know penguins could go out into like the deep sea, the open sea like this. But this guy did, and he was apparently very tired. Person who found him originally thought it was just a toy, until he finally moved.
Oh crap! He's a penguin.
Yeah.
Speaking of animals going long distances, update. Guess what? Bear Son made it to New York City. Got there today to Times Square.
Oh God, how long is?
It's been like 150 days or something, close to that.
Good for him. I was worried about that guy.
I was following the last couple, once he hit the Midwest, it really started going by quick. It's like the distance between California and like Utah or like Oklahoma is insane. So
like the Southwest and the Rockies too, like
treacherous.
Not the part of the country I would want to be walking on foot. The rest of it, the Midwest and the East, it's like, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, he made it. He got to Times Square like today, Sunday, whatever today, the 13th or 14th or whatever it is. But yeah, made it the entire way.
Get that man in a shower and get that suit to the dry cleaners.
The suit looks pretty...
it smells crazy in there.
Yeah, the suit looks pretty... you can tell it's been repaired multiple times across the trip. But he was like crossing the George Washington Bridge and like had a police escort and everything too.
Damn.
So lots of people following him and everything. So just probably going to turn around and do it right back.
Yep. No.
I mean, it's cool, dude.
Yeah.
He made it like that.
He already did.
Pretty good time, too.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Yeah.
More animal news. Moose on the loose hoofs it into a Saskatoon school.
We like to have a little bit of fun up here in Canada in the newspapers.
Yeah, we sound funny when we say these ooh words.
Yeah, big deal.
Or would it be moose on the loose hoofs it into a Saskatoon school?
Maybe.
Would that be it? Anyway, yeah, a moose busted through. You know how when a bird hits a window? This was a moose hitting a window.
Gigantic.
And yeah, if you've never seen a moose in real life, they are monsters.
Yes, they're huge.
And yeah, this moose, he really goofed. He ran into the school, shattered glass everywhere. Like, what do I do now? Luckily, no one was hurt. But
well, they know how to deal with it up there.
Yeah, they do.
Just don't look it in the eyes.
Call up the moose
hotline.
Moose hotline. Mm-hmm. We got a moose on the loose. I'm in Saskatoon at a school.
Just leave him alone. He's probably more scared of you than you are of him.
Have you tried feeding him some Timmies?
He's probably just a bit peckish. I don't like to bother people, says man who drove himself to the ER with a nail in his heart. This is more.
I don't want to be a bother.
This is like, there's assholes and then there's the polar opposite of assholes.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's when you get we talked about it a couple weeks ago, where it's like, you got lost hiking, you'd want to make sure that you're actually going to die before you ask for help.
Yeah.
This is one of those situations where you're like, I don't want to bother anybody.
Yeah,
what if this is nothing?
Yeah, I mean, and he kind of did think it was nothing. If he had tried pulling it out, he would have died instantly.
You're supposed to leave it in.
Yeah, so it was a fucking 3-inch nail, went like 2/3 of the way in. He like drove himself to the ER. He's like, hey, I got a nail in me. I'm
pretty embarrassing.
Probably gonna have to wait a while. It's fine. And then they did like a preliminary X-ray. They're like, we need to get you into an operating room right now. You could die at any second.
Yeah, if you move the wrong way. Yeah.
So yeah, good for him. Maybe next time don't be too proud to ask for some help.
Was this in America?
Help. Yeah, this is in Wisconsin.
Well, so saved a lot of money by not taking the ambulance.
Well, yeah, fucking God. It's like $10,000.
Hey, you're lucky you didn't die. Also, you saved $10,000 by not calling an ambulance.
Yeah, I love living in a country where when like time is of the essence and you need medical care ASAP, you're still doing the math in your head about how much money you might be able to save on this whole thing.
Yeah.
While trying to stay alive.
Imagine this guy getting pulled over, though. Driving a little over the speed limit.
Oh, my God.
Listen, officer, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a burden right now, but I do have a good excuse for why I was speeding. Oh, yeah? I've heard them all. What are you, the bees in the car? Something like that? Aha, real funny. I have a nail.
Shirt. Yeah, but even then, the cops might be, we got a joker. Someone's been down to the Spirit Halloween store.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad it turned out fine, because otherwise it would have been a hell of a way to go. But now he says in the article, he's like, really put my heart into, because he was working on his house. It's like, I really put my heart into this house.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Next time this happens, I'll call the ambulance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Arby's is launching a French fry flavored vodka available in crinkle and curly. Curly fries are the best.
Yeah. This has gotten out of hand, though. All these companies doing these weird little promotions. I mean, I do kind of want to try it, though. I don't want a whole bottle of it, but I'll take a shot. I want to compare them.
I mean, so here's the thing: is they already make potato vodka.
Yeah.
So I would assume that the crinkle tastes kind of like that.
They add the seasoning.
The curly fries are seasoned. They're great.
Yeah, the crinkle fry, they said it has just like notes of salt and sugar. Mm-hmm. And then, the curly fries has like paprika.
It has a smoky flavor too.
Yeah, yeah. So it might be good.
My favorite thing about Arby's is that we have the meats, dun, 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 dun. That's an actual like dubstep song. And I just imagine like being at like EDC or something and everyone just going fucking apeshit because the Arby's song comes on. Bum, 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 bum. It's a full song.
We have the meat.
Yeah, just flashing the logos on it. Just nasty roast beef sandwiches just collapsing on the video screens. Spraying Arby's sauce all over everyone. Delicious Arby's sauce.
The QAnon followers who went to Dallas to see JFK refused to leave. We talked about this last week, if you don't know what any of that means. But I think they're still there. Most of them, I think, have gone home now, but one of their... Because this is like a subsect of QAnon. Mm-hmm. One of the members of this group lives in Dallas, and they're like, you know what? My house, let's just make it the base camp. Because, like, look, we got the day wrong. But JFK, he's coming back any day now. Mm-hmm. And
you won't want to miss it.
You won't want to miss it. So we're going to turn my house into base camp. I'm sure his neighbors love this guy. Just, cool. Just QAnon freaks just
there were already
loitering all the time.
Dealey Plaza already has literally any time of the year that you go, there's going to be at least 4 or 5 people handing out pamphlets and shit. So this is going to be kind of par for the course for anyone in Dallas dealing with this.
Yeah, I guess. So. The article I was reading about this is hilarious. Like one of the members of this group in a Zoom chat or something was like, do you guys think maybe we're putting a little bit too much faith in their leader? Can't remember his name. And then she got, it's like she was then yelled at for not having enough faith in, you guys think we're maybe placing a bit too much faith in this? Like, ye of little faith. How could you?
The slogan isn't when we go some.
Yeah.
Or when we go all, we go some. It's we go all.
Yeah. Is your heart really in this? I bet you don't even believe that JFK Jr. is still alive. Hunting pedophiles. I bet you don't even believe that.
Ousted from the QAnon group. Like, what do you have left after that? You've burned every bridge. You've cut every tie. This is all you have left.
The flat earthers are pretty welcoming.
But are they even welcoming to the QAnons?
I don't know. They probably they're like, look, you can talk about flat earth with us, but just keep it down. Keep the Q shit down.
Yeah.
Gets everyone all riled up.
I would feel like that would be a pretty good exit ramp for QAnon cult people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like tapering off. You're tapering off on conspiracy theories.
And final headline, 3 killed and 500 stung as storms in Egypt wash scorpions into homes.
No!
These are, someone on Twitter said they're like, they talk about climate change and how, the effects of it. It's like, sea level rise and extreme weather. Like, they never talk about the scorpions.
Or just in general, an insect takeover with climate affects everything. There's going to be terrible things that happen in the animal kingdom and everything else as a result of this.
It was scorpions and snakes too. Because if you look at all the major cities in Egypt on a map, they're all off the Nile and surrounded by desert. But the Nile has wetlands there. That's also where all the wildlife lives. So yeah, sea level rises and everything just sort of gets pushed into the cities. Scorpions, snakes.
Yeah.
Not fun.
I think I know that people, especially in the American Southwest, like they actually deal with scorpions on a very regular basis.
Yeah.
And I think I just have like a too much of a fear of scorpions because of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Because we never had them in Florida, or at least that I was aware of.
Yeah.
But like this is something that people have to deal with all the time, especially in like Arizona. Like they'll get into your house like any kind of spider.
I think it's generally like pretty hard to actually get attacked by a scorpion.
And I think most of them, it is like a pretty significant like sting, but typically you won't die from it.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's like a black widow. A black widow, if you're an adult, a healthy adult, like dying from a black widow bite it can happen.
You still need to go to the hospital.
You do,
because your skin just starts like rotting.
Yes, yeah. But it's treatable.
Yeah.
If obviously you're going to be aware that you were bit and be like, okay, well, it's time to go to the hospital. But like, I thought based on the movies I saw when I was a kid that if a spider bit you, you were dead within seconds. Same with a scorpion stinging you.
No.
But in this case, 3 people did die. So
yeah.
And lots of people stung.
So be careful out there. Watch out for scorpions.
That's like, so the odds here, if you're doing conservative American math, 3 people died out of 500 stung. A typical conservative American would just walk into a room filled with scorpions just to prove it wrong.
What's the problem?
I don't see what the problem is. Clearly, over 95% of people are surviving.
You guys are scared of a scorpion that spares the lives of 97% of the people it bites? You gonna live your life in fear?
Why, I'm in a scorpion room right now.
I'm going to get myself stung on purpose just to prove that it's no big deal.
Exactly. Wow, I wish I hadn't done that.
Yeah.
In case you missed it, because I did see comments of people thinking that this was, because, YouTube will serve you up old videos every once in a while.
Yeah.
They're like a year or 2 old. I did see people in the comments being like, I literally thought this was the algorithm kicking another older video, but no. There is Movie Pass news.
Well, it's because we made a video like 2 years ago with a very similar thumbnail of Movie Pass digging itself out of a grave. But
I tried to change it at least enough, and then I put the Bored Ape on it as well.
But it's happening again. Movie Pass is back.
Plus, there's a bunch more news in about the Bored Ape Yacht Club music group, and we go into the whole YouTube dislike button being removed thing. So if you somehow missed that video or thought it was an old one, please go check that out.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be the case, too, when I was doing the thumbnail and title. I was just like, maybe I should have done the YouTube dislike button as the main, but Movie Pass is always a winner.
Yeah.
So, and if you want more NFT news, we have the IRS taxing NFTs from Tech News this week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And stay tuned. We have a bunch more videos coming up. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.